le estaba diciendo a los niños en inglés que aleluya, vive Dios. Dios, amén. El diablo a veces, que el Señor lo reprenda, viene en forma de dulce, cariñoso. Y es porque Él está tratando de, ¿cómo se dice? Aleluya, gloria a Dios. Engañarnos, gloria a Dios. Está tratando de engañarnos, entonces tenemos que estar despiertos, tenemos que abrir nuestros ojos espirituales, aleluya. Y tenemos, ¿cómo hacemos eso? Confiando en Dios, orando y clamando a Dios conscientemente todos los días, cada momento de nuestras vidas, con oración, con leyendo la palabra, con ayuno, y así el enemigo huirá de nosotros en el nombre de Jesús, gloria a Dios, aleluya, vive Dios. Y entonces después, ¿verdad? El patito va dentro de la agua. The duck goes inside of the water. And after he preens himself, he goes inside of the water. And what does he do in the water? What do you guys see when the duck goes into the water? He what? He swims. What does the duck do? He gets fish. He gets his food. What else? Anybody? Does anybody know what a duck does? ¿Alguien sabe qué un patito hace cuando va en la agua? Nadar, exacto, ¿ok? Entonces, ¿qué pasa, verdad? Cuando tú ves un patito, when you see the duck swimming, you see him swimming, how do you see him swimming? He's swimming nice, right? But underneath, he's paddling. And so that's how we have to trick the enemy. We have to make the enemy sometimes think, all right, he or she, okay, I see that she's calm, she's okay, but underneath, he's paddling because God is paddling for you. And God is giving you that strength to keep going, right? And this is with the battles that come, that the enemy tries to throw our way, right? We have to think kind of like a duck, right? A duck, what does it do? It sways on the top and underneath it paddles, okay? And spiritually, it's the same way that we need to be in our spiritual lives, right? You have a question? What's the question?
Ducks, from their mouth, they put oil from their mouth.
Gloria a Dios, está paying attention, gloria a Dios, aleluya. Y entonces, ¿verdad? Gloria a Dios, aleluya, como le estaba diciendo, aleluya, gloria a Dios, mi alma te alaba. Que tenemos que confundir a veces al enemigo, ¿verdad? Que él piense, aleluya, que todo está bien, a veces en la vida las cosas no nos están yendo bien, pero ¿qué pasa? ¿Verdad? Tenemos que confiar totalmente en Jesucristo y Dios va a ser el que nos da la fuerza para seguir peleando la batalla, como un patito cuando nada encima, que nada, que no parece que está pasando por nada, pero abajo está paleteando con los pies, aleluya, gloria a Dios. Y entonces, aleluya, gloria a Dios. ¿Qué más? Aleluya, gloria a Dios, mi alma te alaba. Entonces, como la palabra de Dios, aleluya, when Jonah was confronted, right? Hallelujah, with the fish. Everybody knows this story, right? The Noah and the fish, right? So what happened? Why did he end up in the fish? Does anybody know why?
God told him to go to Nineveh, and he went to Tarsus.
Exacto. And why did he go? Why didn't he want to go to Nineveh? Does anybody know why?
He was scared because Nineveh were their enemies.
Exactly. And what else? Okay. So because he did not listen to the voice of God and he was scared and he didn't want to go over there because he was scared, right? He felt like, I don't want to go over there because they're not going to listen to me. So what's the point? Right? And so that's how he felt. And then, right? So then that's when the fish came and he got into the fish mouth. But God had mercy on him, right? God had mercy on him. And then he realized, okay, all right, I got to listen to God because God is giving me an opportunity. God is giving me a chance to be able to go and talk to the people of Nineveh. And sometimes we are disobedient. We don't listen, right, to God when he tells us to speak to somebody, right? Have you ever had that moment where you feel in your heart that you need to tell them about God, but you don't do it? Have you guys ever felt that? That's good if you haven't. Gloria a Dios. Okay, gloria a Dios. Yo estaba diciendo que hay momentos en nuestra vida, ¿verdad? Que nos encontramos a donde Dios nos habla, ¿verdad? Dios nos administra y Dios nos dice, háblale a esta persona que yo le quiero, yo tengo una palabra para esa persona. Y a veces no escuchamos la voz de Dios y no vamos y hablamos a esa persona. Aleluya. Y como yo le estaba diciendo que Jonás no quiso hablarle al pueblo de Nínive, ¿verdad? No quiso porque tenía ese miedo porque ellos estaban, contra. Ellos eran un pueblo rebelde, aleluya, gloria a Dios. Y entonces, ¿qué pasó? Él se arrepintió. Él dijo, Señor, ayúdame, porque tenía miedo, porque él estaba en el pecado, ¿verdad? Él dijo, Señor, ayúdame, Señor, durante este proceso te necesito. Ayúdame, Espíritu Santo. Y se humilló, ¿qué pasó? Y después vino y le habló al pueblo, aleluya. Y dijo, y le preguntó, Señor, I need you to forgive me. I'm just like thinking, but, aleluya, bendito sea tu nombre. Y entonces así nos encontramos a veces espiritualmente hablando, aleluya, gloria a Dios. Sometimes we are confronted with situations that come our way. It could be like the phone. It could be when our parents are telling us to do something and we don't want to listen to them. That's a big one. I know that happens to all of us. It even happens to my own self. Hallelujah. And so sometimes when we're not listening and we're not being attentive to our parents, what happens? What happens, guys? Okay. He said a whooping, okay. Anybody else? You what? Scolding, okay. Yes. Bullied. Okay. Anybody else? Okay.
Might get grounded.
Right. And so why do you think you guys get in trouble and get all these things? Why do you think? Because you're not listening. So that's how we have to think the same way. When we don't listen to God, that's the same thing that happens, right? And we want God to fight our battles, and we want God to continuously help us in life. And the only way that God is going to help you in your life is by you also being obedient to your parents. Because the first commandment says, honor your father and mother. Hallelujah. Gloria a Dios. Right? The first commandment says that, right? Yes or no? Are you guys confused? What does the first commandment say? We have a no. We have a shake.